souls departed in that blood-stained home. Two watched it happen, but left them alone. BK's the patsy in their crooked frame job, while Moscow PD fudges facts, bunch of dirty slobs. DM saw a killer 3 feet in the hall, heard whimpers and crying through the thin bedroom wall. But she locked her door tighter as the footsteps passed by, while 4 friends lay dying. Ask yourself why. 8 hours silent, too long, while heartbeats ran cold. See cold. That's not just trauma, that's the story they sold. 8 hours too late. Why wait? What were they hiding that night? 8 hours too late. Conspiracy covered in morning light. Did they scrub the crime scene? Scrub it. Coordinate lines. 8 hours too late. While the FBI framed an innocent man. Why wait for sunrise? Why call friends first? Tell me why. Unconscious person that rehearsed lines the worst. Were they destroying evidence, washing blood down the drain? Insane. Texting the real killer, the cops are a train. ISP altered body cam footage with shame. Shame on you. FBI pressured witnesses to play their game. Play the game. That party house reputation, secrets they'd keep, while Brian's the sacrifice, so the guilty sleep. 8 hours silent, calculated, while alibis set in stone. That's not just shock, that's a debt to be met. 8 hours too late. Why wait? What were they hiding that night? 8 hours too late. Conspiracy covered in morning light. Did they scrub the crime scene? Scrub it. Coordinate lines. 8 hours too late. While the FBI framed an innocent man. 3 agencies weaving their tapestry fake, while roommates were buying time for evidence to break. Did the killer pay them off? Were they holding the stash? 8 hours of silence while the blue lights flash.
Blood on their hands, a serpent's breath, 4 shadows left in a house of death. A pack of wolves in a kangaroo court. Truth gets lost in a locked report. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's
How does shit fuck up like this? Why am I a little over in that corner? What? This has been a really crazy day, and yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I know we're gonna try to get some people up here, I think, and talk about some stuff. But I want to tell you right now, I haven't had a chance to do shit. This has been a wild, crazy day. I woke up late, been running around. I still have running to do. Either while I'm letting a video run here, or after the show. So it's just one of those days, people. Driving me crazy. Some people didn't do what they said they were going to do. And yeah, one of them days. Anyway, I want to say hi to my beautiful crime. Oh, Delby's in town. Goody, goody. Good to see you, Delb. Susie, good. Sudi, good to see you. Sally Shepherdson, good to see you. Social Glow, my girl, good to see you. Sherry Irving, good to see you. Joey, good to see you. Hope Norris, good to see you. Sam Morris, good to see you. Sherry Irving, good to see you. Cindy Abbott, good to see you. Social Glow, my girl, good to see you. Cryptic Conversions, good to see you. Kim House, good to see you. Debbie Gazzardo, my girl, good to see you. Snow Leopard, good to see you. Mrs. Johnny Knapp, always good to see you. Jethro Troll, good to see you. Carolyn Wood, good to see you. Did I say this? Jethro Troll, good to see you. I'm sorry, it's crazy day. Ro, good to see you. I barely got this show going. I just walked in the door. Snow Leopard, good to see you. I got to take a deep breath. Randy Fur, good to see you, my brother. Coco, my girl, good to see you. Jackie Bushable, good to see you. And all my chatters and non-chatters, look, Phineas, good to see you. And I got some music lined up for you guys tonight later. Woo hoo! That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a treat. Okay, and Debbie Ann, good to see you. I'm looking. I'll keep scrolling. Cat Lover, good to see you. Yeah, and all you chatters. I'm not going to keep scrolling up here. Anyway, yeah, it's been one of those days, and that's the way it goes. Sally Shepherdson, good to see you. And like I said, I haven't had time to even go over the documents or anything like that. I think I went over one. I'll tell you what. When I did sit down, I had a chance to sit down at the computer and try to download things. My computer said it was full, and it wasn't even accepting the PDFs. It's full up. So I tried to get it to download to my external drive, and that took a while to figure that shit out, make it go to the external drive instead of my computer. And I don't even know what happened there. I haven't even looked. One of those days. But I want to see, what did I have? Well, what the hell is this? Why is that there and not the one that oh my God. Yes. Let me see what this is here. Yeah. Okay, before I call anybody up, I'm gonna let this docket decoder one run, and then when this is done, I'm going to start calling some people up, and we'll look at some documents. I do have the page bookmarked, of course, that we can go over and all that. But I am going to show this video real quick. And I didn't even really have a chance to look at this, except I read some of the comments and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think we'll look at it just to see. So I'll bring it up, see what it's about, right? Okay, so this is from Docket Decoder. I didn't get it in the description, so I'm not even I don't know why I'm not sign in. Sign in? What is it making me? What the fuck? Look at this shit, people. What the hell? Oh my God. I don't know what's going on here. Push YouTube here again. What the hell? Why is it making me sign into YouTube? What the? Oh my God. Unbelievable. I haven't signed out of YouTube in I don't know how long. We'll try this again here. Okay, so how many people know Docket Decoder? Yeah, I know, Randy. It's just been one of those days. Oh, wow, true crime, right? It's like, what the hell? Where does that come from? You know? Fuck. Why is it all of a sudden want to make me sign in, which I'm glad it let me do it in the easy way. But just, yeah. Okay, so here we go. And this is from Docket Decoder. Oh, I got to add it to the screen here. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so here we got outside the courtroom, how Koberger prosecutor Bill Thompson handles problem witnesses. So let's. Why am I not subscribed to this guy? I thought I did that a long time ago. Maybe that was on my other account. Okay. Anyway, there's some pretty good. That was what Bad Santa is as slick as they come. I mean, there was some pretty good comments in here. Sunny days when Hitler called Cy Ray a conspiracy theorist. I knew the defense was cooked for a trial with him, and I'm sure they felt the same way with many nations, whatever, that were denied. A judge is supposed to be non-biased, and I clearly did not see that happening. The truth is still going to come to light. I will continue to keep the faith. But things like that, I mean, you know, so, and that's, like I said, I haven't watched much of this, so I'm just going to let it play.
If anyone out there thought that Brian Koberger taking a plea deal and being sentenced to spend the rest of his natural life behind bars was going to bring this conversation about this case or the investigation to a halt, well, they could not have been more wrong. In fact, the exact opposite is happening. As you're probably aware, the Moscow Police Department recently dropped a massive batch of police reports. I think they believed that these would be seen as harmless and maybe even as a way to strengthen their case in the public eye. But instead, the exact opposite effect is playing out. And I think these documents are shining an even brighter light on just how flawed and incomplete their investigation really was. The way this YouTube community, especially those out there just seeking the truth in this case, the way they have taken these records, broken them down, and analyzed them has been nothing short of incredible. Honestly, it's been nearly impossible to keep up. At our house, we have 3 kids, 12 and under, and with the chaos of summer schedules, I definitely have not been able to keep up. But school does start back this week, so I'm hoping to finally carve out some time to dig deeper. As I've been trying to catch up, I've been watching some of Pavarotti and Sherlock Holmes' work with the timeline, specifically their deep dive into the 1 hour, 7 minute, and 26-second time gap, or delta. And I have to say, it's truly mind-blowing. I'm putting links in the description to some of the videos that I would consider to be must-watch for anyone trying to make sense of really what has often felt like a nonsensical investigation. Sherlock Holmes' video, Conceptualizing Corruption, is right at the top of that list. Just recently, I watched one of Pav's videos about the DoorDash driver, Molly McMichael, and the timing of that leaked body-worn camera from her arrest. In it, she talks about what she planned to testify to at trial. Statements that were nothing like what she told investigators early in the case about her delivery to King Road. We only know those early statements now because of the post-sentencing police report dump. But Ann Taylor had them from long before, and they were gold for the defense. Then, right before trial, with almost every motion being denied and no continuance granted, they found out that a key witness has flipped her story. And now it helps the prosecution.
So now we know that on June 13th, 2025, somebody leaked the DoorDash body-worn camera of the DoorDash driver to the public. And imagine the thoughts of Ann Taylor and Brian Kohberger at this point, because originally they believed she was going to testify to her statements that she had made to law enforcement in the beginning and corroborate their entire case. But instead, now she learns what she's actually going to be testifying to, which they know is a lie based on her original statements. But then again, Ann Taylor has known Bill Thompson for a long time, even before the Meister case where he pulled the same things. So I'm sure she was very aware, due to her previous relationship with Thompson, what he was capable of, and seeing what the DoorDash driver said she was going to testify to would have been the last axe hatchet in the tree that made the tree turn over and forced Brian Kohberger into a plea deal.
So I am generally familiar with the Meister ruling and how it affects, or at least should have affected, the Brian Kohberger case if it had gone to trial, particularly when it comes to introducing evidence about third-party perpetrators. But I'll be honest, I'm not as clear on all of the details of how that played out in that case, or exactly which actions of Bill Thompson Pav is pointing to here. If you know what he's referring to, or can point me in the right direction to dig deeper, I'd really appreciate it. Leave those comments below. Now, I'm not going to play Pav's entire video from last week. It's linked in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. But I do want to let him tie this section together before we move on in our discussion.
So let me see if I can wrap this in a bow. When you look at everything that I just showed you, I think the end result is, well, I mean, it just tells itself out.
This game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment, and you're seeing intrigue, the espionage, the alliances form, the power that shifts around, and it's amazing to watch.
Simple actions can have massive effects.
You can cooperate with people, compete with them, make friendships, deceive them, betray them. It's amazing to think that it's all just other players.
More players start coming. It just starts this complete cascade of actions, and you don't know what's going to happen.
It is a free-for-all. We'll get locked up and shot instantly. People start dying left, right, and center. It's just something that you can't get anywhere else. It's just the rush like no other.
Everybody's on this journey and writing their own stories.
The 4 a.m. start time of the atrocity that all the witnesses involved say it started at 4 a.m. And then you look at the only person that was at the residence undeniably at 4 a.m. that wasn't one of the victims or the roommates. Well, that tells us that, and you look at how the investigators investigated the case, they had to find the DoorDash driver through tower dumps, geofence warrants, warrants for her email, then warrants for a trap and trace for her phone before they ever got her in for an interview. She wasn't running in to tell what she knew. That is.
I'm surprised that they were the ones that followed up with it.
Before they ever got her in for an interview. She wasn't running in to tell what she knew. That either makes her highly suspect or at the very least makes her very knowledgeable about who is highly suspect. Either way, she would do anything in her power for the MPD not to have to go any further in the case. So, and we know she's friends with Bill Thompson.
The defense could have used it to seriously undermine the claim that it was Brian Kohberger's Elantra caught circling the neighborhood on security cameras. Pav's point is that her sudden shift would have hit the defense hard, emotionally and strategically. The hope they had in her exculpatory account was pulled out from under them, all while the judge denied nearly every motion they'd filed, including for a continuance. That left them with no time to investigate why her story changed, while still preparing for a capital trial just weeks away. I still wonder why they didn't just push forward to trial, keep all their appeal options open, and take their chances. But I know there's so much we still don't know, so I can't say what I would have done in their shoes. That train of thought took me back to August 2023, during a hearing on the DNA and IgG evidence. The defense brought in 3 experts, including Gabriela Vargas, who testified about the terms of service for the genealogy websites and the opt-in, opt-out rules for law enforcement access. When asked what happens if someone opts out, Vargas explained, "I should not be able to see that you are a match to my unknown DNA contributor." But she went on to say that there have been cases where law enforcement, including the FBI, ignored their own rules and the site's terms of service to view people's profiles despite having explicitly opted out. The prosecution didn't cross-examine any of the defense's witnesses. But later that night, the FBI showed up at Vargas's home and interrogated her about her testimony that day in court. So I think intimidated might be a better word to use there, especially since they were interrogating her about her testimony where she had made statements that exposed them and other law enforcement for overstepping the bounds, and her testimony directly helped the defense. At the very next hearing, Ann Taylor brought the incident to Judge's attention.
The other motion, Your Honor, has to do with what happens to witnesses that the defense might call. The court will recall Gabriela Vargas testified last Friday in our hearing. Last night, she was visited by 2 FBI agents and interrogated about her testimony, the timing of her declaration. That, in our view, impacts Mr. Kohberger's due process rights and his rights to effective assistance of counsel, and that motion will also be filed later today.
I think most of us can agree. If a couple of FBI agents showed up at our front door to question us, it would be more than a little unnerving. It would be downright intimidating.
FBI, open up!
FBI, we're not leaving until you come out.
I vividly remember watching this hearing. It was the same one where Brian Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial. When Ann Taylor described what had happened to a defense witness after she testified, I was shocked. And honestly, I expected the judge to be shocked too. I thought for sure we'd see Bill Thompson backpedaling or trying to distance himself from whatever went down. But that's not what happened. Judge didn't even flinch. And there was no backpedaling from the prosecution table. Instead, Bill Thompson openly took responsibility, telling the court he was the one who sent the agents to that witness's home.
I will, for the record, since Ms. Taylor has brought up the situation with Vargas, give court and counsel background. Over the weekend, Ms. Vargas, after she testified, engaged in some electronic communications with others in the genetic genealogy field. Indicated as it was relating on some of the things that she testified to in court. When we heard of that, I reached out to the investigators and said, can you find out what's going on? And the FBI indeed undertook the investigation. And preliminary reports are that Ms. Vargas claims that some of what was in her declaration, she inadvertently agreed to or signed without fully reading it. We're documenting that so we can expose it to Ms. Taylor and to the court, because I think those directly to what happened last week. That's the only reason that she was contacted, to report to us that she was retracting some of what she testified to and what was in her declaration. And we felt very to cover that. So there was no motive, no other motivation to it. I just wanted to be candid.
The audio from this hearing is terrible, but here's the gist. Bill Thompson gave the court one of the most vague, non-specific explanations that you can imagine. He said he'd been hearing rumors that once she got off the stand, Miss Vargas immediately started having electronic communications with others in her field, and she was basically letting it be known that she was reneging on parts of her testimony. According to Thompson, this was because she'd signed her declaration under penalty of perjury without even reading it first. Supposedly, after leaving the stand, she had a light bulb moment. Maybe I should actually check what I just testified to and signed my name to under penalty of perjury. And wouldn't you know it, she realized it wasn't what she'd meant to sign. Fortunately, and I say that sarcastically, a couple of FBI agents were happy to show up at her house to help her come to that realization. Of course, Thompson wrapped it all up with a halo polishing line. There was no other motive, no other motivation to this. I just wanted to be candid with the court. And Taylor's response? In the most polite way possible, she basically said, I'm not calling Mr. Thompson a liar, Your Honor, but he's lying.
Your Honor, that's certainly different than the information that I received. I would have been happy to be advised about that, but I'm not sure that's accurate. I mean, I'm sure that's what Mr. Thompson heard. I'm not saying they're calling him a liar, but the quality of the information he's received, I'm not sure that's entirely accurate. My hope is that these FBI agents that were at Ms. Vargas' home last night, hopefully they reported everything that they talked to her about, and that should resolve the issue.
Bill Thompson's handling of Ms. Vargas is not an isolated moment. It seems to fit a pattern. When a witness's testimony could hurt his case and help the defense, the most notable developments seem to happen outside the courtroom. Take Molly McMichael. I still have a lot of questions about how and why her account changed so dramatically from her original statements she made to investigators. Those early statements could have been devastating to the prosecution's narrative. Yet now, her testimony seemed to have shifted into something far more favorable to the state. And in regards to his handling of Ms. Vargas in that situation, I would hope at this point we could all agree that by sending FBI agents to her home to interrogate her regarding her testimony is nothing short of witness intimidation at this point.
Well, it's not something I typically hear about FBI agents going and visiting a witness after that they have delivered testimony.
Okay, what happened to my... Is this what the fuck? Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, something's going on here. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Because I'm not showing up at all. My camera looks like it's froze up. You can hear me, okay? Why am I not showing up on screen? Oh my God, I don't believe this. Okay, so what do I do? I might have to refresh this, people. I'm going to refresh it. Right? I can't see me either. I need to refresh this. There I am. Okay. Anyway, that's I don't know about the invincible part. Anyway, who's out there? Delby, I'm gonna leave a the air is awful. I'm going to leave we gotta get some people up here. I'm leaving a link out in a deal there. Anybody that wants to come up, it is open panel. Creators are welcome. Any creators out there? Delby, I seen you there somewhere. If you're still here, where'd Delby go? Oh, he disappears so fast sometimes. What the hell? There's Mr. Fur. Hey, Randy, how you doing, brother?
Very good, sir. How are you tonight?
Good. Oh, you sound nice, and your mic is nice and strong, and sounds good.
Cool. Well, that's good. That's good. Like
Right.
to be heard. Who's coming up? Where's Delby?
Yeah, that's where is Delby? Delby, where are you? Is that him? There he is, Mr. Delby Rush. Been a while, brother.
Yes, it has been.
The Rush Man.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, what a rush it is.
That's right. I left that W in there for you.
I'm gonna rush to hear what he has to say.
All right. So, have you guys had a chance to read any of the new docs from Pullman? Because I really haven't had a chance to do shit, man.
I've been more interested in the video of him in a prison, trying to figure out where he was. You know, that little bit. People are saying, "No, it's AI." No, it's not AI. That's definitely him.
That's definitely him. I
which
seen those last night.
I don't think that's where he is now. You know, I think it's where he was before. That's why person.
I was wondering about that. It was probably Ada County, right?
Right.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
that's why the leaker who did that. It's like, okay, well, you know, he's not here anymore, so I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna do it. That's what I think. How about you, Delby? What do you do?
Well, I've been taking a break from directly analyzing this case. I've been doing more indirect, trying to find a better perspective on this. I just don't think that the way I'm looking at it is helping me very much. Like, for example, in the delay in the 911 call, you know, in social psychology, they have something that's known to exist. That's the bystander effect or bystander apathy, where when there's a group of people or a few people seeing a crime happen, they're less likely to do anything about it. There's something about having multiple people there that changes the dynamics, so that there have been a lot of instances of things like that happening.
Really?
But that's just one thing, you know.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, they don't want more than one person there, right?
I'm not sure what that means. There's more when there are multiple. Apparently, when there's multiple people present and a crime is taking place, the sense of responsibility spreads out among them, so that no one feels like it's really their responsibility. because there's other people. So they sort of feel like no
Oh,
one
I
else
see what you're saying.
is reacting.
They don't
So
want
it's
to
not
talk.
worthy of reacting to, or it's just groupthink, basically.
So you're saying like Dylan's going, oh, Bethany will call, or Bethany will say, oh, Dylan will call, or that kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sort of. It's a little bit it's a little bit deeper in the brain than that, and I think that they're texting and Snapchatting and phone calls, and I think all that. It's a bigger crowd than we just think of the two in the house, Dylan and Bethany, but it's a bigger crowd because they're this generation. They're the Gen Z. They're the first generation called digitally native, and for them, talking to people or texting with people is the same as being with them practically. And so I just think that it was a
Right.
bigger crowd there as a practical matter than we're giving it credit for. So
You know what I think, and I do believe that's true, Delby. But I think I'm going to lose my train of thought. I guess it's the question of why this would happen, whether people were watching it or not, or talking about it, discussing it. They knew it came. The
yeah.
biggest question to me is why did it happen? Why these four, or these two, or these two? Any way you look at it, why did it happen? It's the bigger question than almost anything. How it happened, what
It
happened.
is. It
Yeah.
is, because if that question was answered, we'd know exactly who it is. Because
Yeah.
we don't have the answer from BK at all. We can't understand it. But I can understand other things. I can understand like JD and JS and all them. I can understand that there's motives there. That's what you're saying pretty much is the motive, right?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Tommy. I mean, the motives. Brian Kober had no motive. Of course,
To
now
do
we're seeing this new stuff. Like he said her name. Who? Where did that come from? Well,
Yeah, but you know what? The
Bailey,
way I
I'm
look
here.
at that,
Bailey, I'm here to help you, or whatever it is. Who said that? All of a sudden, that's a true thing. That's just where's this shit coming from?
when I heard that last night, I even went and commented on Banfield's News Nation's deal. It wasn't
Right.
Banfield, it was News Nation.
Mm.
I said, the only one I can hear saying that, and the only one that really has a reason to say her name, Kaylee, I'm here to help you, would be JD.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Even Maddie, possibly. Who knows? Who knows? Because if Kaylee's getting hurt first, I mean, even Maddie could have said that.
Right.
I'm just saying. Just a thought.
Right. So, Dalby, you haven't dug in too much to the what do you call the documents?
No, I watched a couple videos and I just felt like there was some slim pickings and I felt like people were kind of making more out of them than what they were, a few of them, and so I just wanted to leave it alone for a while and let the dust settle, and at the same time I'm trying to figure out, for myself, better ways to analyze and evaluate what I'm looking at. Another example would be the fire at the Coeur d'Alene police station with the fire department's part of the complex. That's really suspicious. And could it be coincident? I suppose it could, but to me, I don't think it's directly related to the case, but it could be indirectly related because they know there's this big investigation coming down.
Right.
And they probably had lots of stuff they didn't want anybody seeing. I mean, that's
Right.
probably,
Agreed.
what happened.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
Because they just happened to buy new e-bikes that they're blaming this on. One of the new e-bikes batteries catching fire. And when you see the police officer standing there being interviewed about it, they have no look of concern at all about them. They're perfectly comfortable with what's happening. And you would think that you would feel, if nothing else, you would just feel stupid about letting that happen.
Are you seeing what Nika's got here? These last two videos. One of them
I
says
just heard
that
about them.
4 hours ago, new witness saw Kohlberger and his dad at 1122 King Road. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
And
Bring
then this
that
one,
on. Bring
this
that
one,
on.
new emails show Kohlberger as a government whistleblower.
Oh, come
on.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah, let's check this out and see what
You've been flying your drone for a while.
Ah!
You want to start using your drone commercially, or you want to get a career in drone.
That's what she says about this. The dad? I don't know. I've had yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday.
God, it's a shame she's so ugly.
TGIF. We made it, guys. I know you see the title, and you know it's going to be an interesting live today. So make sure that you have popcorn. This law supplemental narrative document 241 typed up by
I'm sure it's not you, tell me, I'm sure.
Is shady from the very beginning. And a lot of us have theorized since the early days that it is a possibility, at least, a theory at least, that this case, this unaliving was pinned on Bryan Kohberger for a reason, right? And it's a theory, it's up in the air, but here we have this document mentioning someone who claims that they are a real estate agent calling in to the FBI saying, I saw Kohberger and I saw Kohberger's dad at 1122 King Road.
Just try
and
What is it?
Very
I don't know. Try
suspicious to me, right? So watch.
Is there a sound or
Pay
something?
attention. Take note.
Try muting.
Right? On Wednesday, September 10th.
What's that? What's that? What'd you say, Randy?
Yeah, there was this noise that was constantly going on and on and on, and I asked Delby to mute his mic, and he muted it, and now the sound is not there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to interrupt everything, but it's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, no, okay, no, I know what you mean.
Something going on with Delby's mic.
Specialist
That's all.
T forwarded me tip serial 9237 via email. The tip was called in on August 22nd, 2023. So almost a year after the crime. Caller RT advised the call taker he saw a person whom he thought was Kohberger at 1122 King Road on 2 occasions in July on 2022. So we know that Mr. Kohberger, my first read that is reporting to the FBI tip line saying that they saw Bryan Kohberger. Why are you waiting almost a year to call the tip line? That seems strange to me. Almost a year, right? We know that We had no idea if this case was going to trial, if it was going to plead out. We didn't know. We did not know. Although we heard Judge Hippler and Judge make snide remarks, even in the early days, about, well, if this even ever goes to trial, almost as if they knew that it wasn't going to, right?
Well, for one thing, one reason they wouldn't call in until after a year is because they didn't have Koberger in there until what, first of the year. So 9 months, 10 months later, or whatever they call in, right? 10 and a half months, maybe. That is a little bit long to call in, but whatever.
Right now, it says the advised party says he came to 1122 King Road and he was a real estate agent looking for property for clients. All right. Sure. Okay. T stated on both occasions he saw Koberger and Koberger's father. Now, this is a little bit strange, right? Because if Brian Koberger was accompanied by his father,
if you're missing 5 or more teeth, this might be the most important 30.
it would have been back in June when he first moved there. There would really be no reason for Mr. Koberger's dad, Brian's dad, to be there unless he took another trip, right? But on Wednesday, September 13th, 2023, I called T on the telephone after verifying his identity via TLO. He was a licensed real estate agent living in Florida. I asked him to relate to me what he reported to the FBI. T told me he drove his nephew, T, to the western U.S. from Florida as his nephew was dying from cancer. Pay close attention because it gets a little messy, but pay close attention. So this guy who called the tip line is saying, I saw Brian and Brian's dad outside of 1122 King Road twice. And I'm a real estate agent from Florida, and I magically happened to be right outside 1122 King Road. I don't know about you, but it's weird for me because we know what that road looks like. We know that's a very 1122 King Road is at the very end of the road. How effing weird is it that this guy, this real estate agent from Florida, ends up looking for a property for a client on that same road and is calling in to the FBI tip line almost a year later, 9 months later. It's weird, right? Now, to top it all off and make it even extra weird, he's saying, yeah, I was driving there because, my nephew was dying from cancer. If it sounds like a crock of shit, in my opinion, it's usually because it is, right? T advised he came through Moscow and saw a sign for property for sale. So he followed the sign to 1122 King Road to look at the property for clients. But 11.
Okay, so her title is kind of misleading in a way, right? I was thinking, this was going to be a legit somebody seeing the father. So we're just going to kind of go over, get out of here. I can just back this up, I think. And we'll go to this one, but I'm going to fast forward it some. Debbie Ann's been wanting me to play this, so but I'm going to start at like 10 minutes in. Otherwise, it's 36 minutes.
Whistleblower court will apply the most severe whistleblower charges against the order, a hate crime in whistleblower court. And Judge Megan Marshall will be arrested.
Okay, I got to listen to this.
Is she going to prison? Is Mr. Koberger, like we once speculated, like we once theorized, is he a whistleblower for the government? Is he undercover? And I talk about Sheriff Judd on here quite often. If you don't know who Sheriff Judd is,
Now, maybe
okay, he's like
maybe
the
we
best.
do need to watch this, guys. What do you think? What do you think?
Maybe.
This might be quite interesting, actually.
My God. Super sus, super sus. Sorry, you guys. My family's here because it's, Friday. Share this dropped email before we get our weekend started, because we've all theorized, not all of us, but some of us have theorized, some of us have speculated that, this case is weird. Whether you think Brian Kohberger is guilty or not, doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm a veteran. I'm big on our rights. My family is mostly law enforcement. It doesn't matter if Brian did it or not. I mean, it does, but at the end of the day, that's not really why we're here. Yes, we're here partially for that, but it's for our rights, because any of us could end up in a fucked up situation that I see you said. A fucked up situation where the government has complete control of the case, where you have a corrupt judge who is telling the lawyers that he will not allow them to admit evidence. We know that there's DNA evidence from other men, from other people, over 4 people that were found at the crime scene, at the actual physical crime scene. And what did Judge Hippler say? I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow that DNA evidence from blood, by the way. Some of it was found under Maddie Mogan's nails. I'm not going to allow that into the court. I'm sorry, but anyone with, an IQ above 70 would realize that is fucked up, that there is something weird, that there is also an abuse of power from the government,
Hitler
right?
equals
That is
asshole.
a horrible judge that should be held accountable. Speaking of holding judges accountable, okay, that's what this leaked email is about. It's about Judge Megan Marshall. Do you guys remember her? Okay. Kohberger is going to get her in jail. Kohberger may have Judge Megan Marshall serving prison time. Serving prison time. Exactly. Suds, you understand, right? Suds understands the law. Okay. Suds understands that it's not the defense's job to provide that information, right? The unfortunate part is that most Americans don't understand the law. That's not taught in basic school. They teach you 2 + 2 and I don't know, random shit that you will never use in life. So that's why we are the way we are here in America, Suds. A lot of us, right? Of course, Justice Jane, I see that you're new here. Welcome. But please, babe, please, you're asking a lot of questions that I've already covered. I've made 99% of my videos on the Idaho 4. Now, we're not going to rehash that at this moment because we have more important things to talk about. I do suggest that because you are new to this, you go and watch all of my other videos, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of videos that I have made on this case. 99% of my videos are on the Idaho 4. So I really, really suggest you go watch all of those. And then I think all of your questions are going to be clarified, right? Because those are basic questions that people, most of my followers already know. So let me know what you think of the other videos. Justice Jane, thank you. Now, enough. Let's talk about Judge Megan Marshall. Is she going to prison? Is she going to prison? Is Mr. Kohberger, like we once speculated, like we once theorized, is he a whistleblower for the government? Is he undercover? And I talk about Sheriff Judd on here quite often. If you don't know who Sheriff Judd is, okay, he's like the best fucking sheriff in the country. that I know of, right? Sheriff Judd got over 150 people arrested in Florida. A lot of undercover work, a lot of whistleblowing. The people he got arrested, those 150 people were politicians, were federal agents, were cops, were military, were veterans, were soccer coaches, were little league, whatever, were yoga instructors, pillars of the community. Okay, he got them all arrested. How did he manage to do that? He had a lot of people go undercover. He also had a lot of whistleblowers for the government working for him, with him, and it took off basically a bunch of bad people off the streets, right? People that were moving humans, weapons, rugs. So is Bryan Kohberger undercover? Is he a whistleblower for the government? Let's get to the email. I know you guys are anxious to hear this, because if this is true, if this leaked email and it's not a leaked email. I keep saying leaked, but I'm sorry, it's not leaked. Okay, this was released with hundreds of other emails. Please use the directed in the email below as a guide for immediately obtaining evidence of the government's legal case against Bryan Kohberger. Specifically, you are to immediately obtain a copy if the government's matching electrical grid connections to the physical property address, blah, blah, blah. Contact CIA compliance investigators at the CIA agency in Virginia should you need more information. Okay, review paragraphs 43 and 45 in 19-2023 whistleblower status informed disclosure for application. Per whistleblower investigators, aka Bryan Kohberger, per whistleblowers investigators, in my opinion, Judge Megan Marshall, that stupid bitch. I'm sorry, I'm so passionate. That stupid bitch, right? Check it out. Judge Megan Marshall placed an unconstitutional gag order, the amended non-dissemination order, in hate on the case to block those from seeking truth. The order does not rise to the high bar standards or the national standard. Only a personal level related justification, and that goes against the United States Constitution. Judge Marshall is to remove the legal matter immediately. For whistleblower investigators, whistleblower court will apply the most severe whistleblower charges against the order, a hate crime in whistleblower court. And Judge Megan Marshall will be arrested. She will be arrested. Welcome, AR Hayes. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here, all of you guys. Please arrest this bitch. Please arrest this bitch. I'm sorry for my French. Please arrest this bitch. And Judge Megan Marshall will be arrested at the conclusion of the ongoing background whistleblower investigation for her role in cover-up to only protect the government. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. When I have so many people coming in here saying, but why is Bryan Kohberger in jail then? That's how I imagine they talk. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm at that point. I just don't have the patience for it anymore.
This is too funny. I have to give her credit. She handled that first one really well, I thought. I mean, I know what goes on in her chat. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. I don't know who her moderators are, but she gets a lot of shit. And I know she's got to be tired of it. I know she does. What do you guys think so far?
Who wrote the email?
What's that?
Who wrote the email?
I'm not sure who actually wrote it. She must
Yeah.
have said back here, right?
I must have missed it. Did you hear it, Randy?
Did you hear it, Randy? Anybody out there hear who wrote the email? No. Okay. Well, let's keep listening. Maybe she'll say.
Okay.
Maybe she'll say.
Here we have this email saying that Judge Megan Marshall, you know, the one who signed all the documents from the get-go, the one who signed off the search warrant, and some people are still going to come to defend her. But Megan Marshall only signed off. Brett Payne only provided certain documents. And look, part of that is true, right? We know Brett Payne is kind of a POS, you know.
I don't know if you guys watched my last night's show, but it was on Brett Payne, and we had pulled his. Did you guys watch it? Randy, you were there, right?
I didn't get to watch that one.
Pulled up yeah, well, on his record now is fine, and it's weird because it shows up after the case is over, dude. And they're older cases from 2022 and shit. And one is intimidating a fucking witness, dude.
Oh wow.
That he's been charged with. You know what another one was? GTA. And was arrested. No, I don't. He's been charged, but I don't know the circumstances, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it happened around the time that he went to Wazoo and left MPD. So that's kind of strange also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fucked up, dude. I mean,
it is. Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, that's serious as shit.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you got intimidating a fucking witness.
Yeah. And that fits in with that intimidating a witness. That fits in with Bill Thompson. You know, he sent the FBI to intimidate.
Sending the FBI, right?
Yeah, intimidate Vargas. It's all. I mean, these people have They have a modus operandi as a group. You know, throw in Mabbitt. You throw in Coroner Mabbitt, and some of the cases that she signed off on. I mean, they definitely have some things, some common points.
Right. Here, let's keep this going.
And he gave Megan Marshall whatever the hell he wanted to, right? That's what you I guess that's not what you have to do, but that's what he did because he wanted Judge Megan Marshall to sign off on the docs. At the end of the day, Judge Megan Marshall is still responsible for signing off on these gag orders. Is still the one, you know, the head of the court. So, yeah, she should be held accountable. So, this is per whistleblower investigators. And that's exactly what it's looking like, right? Like a giant sting, says Miss Maggie. I could not agree more because when I look back at what was taking place in Florida when Sheriff Grady Judd was arresting those 150 human beings that were involved in, they were involved in trafficking HUMANS, weapons, rugs, poisoning the community. Okay, that's how I see it. I know a lot of people disagree. You're poisoning the community, bro. You're selling shit to little kids, to underage kids. Stop. And now we have this here. So is it possible that one of those whistleblowers was actually Mr. Kohberger, is actually Mr. Kohberger? Thank you so much for that giant super chat. Thank you, Outcast, $2. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. What a way to start my Friday. Y'all be spoiling me. What do you guys think about that? What did you think about that? And I know a lot of you guys are just coming in here, so you might want to watch this from the very beginning. Because if we are starting out here with newly dropped documents, newly dropped emails, and by the way, when I tried to download them, the website was crashing. The website was crashing because everybody is running in there trying to figure out what in the world is going on. If we are out here exposing the truth, that's all we're doing. We're shining light on these legal documents that were dropped. And every now and then I give you guys a little bit of my ever-changing opinions, as they should. Your opinions should not be static. Okay? Your opinions should shift every time you learn more information. If you're not changing your opinions as you learn information, then you're like a rock. Right? Now we have more documents. I've been reading all of the documents to you guys. We're at document 241. I just did a previous live right before this one out of 314 documents. And now I'm reading the dropped emails talking about whistleblower investigation, talking about Judge Megan Marshall, the first judge ever involved in this case, possibly going to prison, possibly getting charged with the most severe whistleblower charges against this hate crime, against this gag order. It makes the whole case fall apart. We started with Judge Megan Marshall. Is she going to jail?
Watch what magnesium does to your bowels.
If you have to wipe more than 4 times after you poop, here's why.
And according to this email, she may. Because what? Because she put this gag order only a personal level related justification, and that goes against the United States Constitution. Judge Marshall is to remove the legal matter immediately. Oh, look, for those people who a lot of us don't know the law. There you go. There you go. And don't get me started on the other judges. Don't get me started on Judge rolling his effing eyeballs the whole time, being completely disrespectful every time one of the defense attorneys got up to speak. Don't get me started on Judge Hippler. I'm not going to allow any blood, any DNA evidence into this case that belonged to other people because it's going to confuse people. What are you talking about? If that was your daughter that would have gotten KILLED, Judge Hippler, I think you would have allowed all of the DNA to be examined by a jury in a trial. But because you are probably bought and paid for, I pray that all the judges involved in this case end up in some of the upcoming emails as well. Judge Megan Marshall should not be the only one that is possibly getting charged for breaking the law, you know? A judge is supposed to uphold the law, okay? A judge is supposed to uphold the law, not be a dirtbag and break the law and cover the law and only use the law to serve and protect the government, as mentioned in this email. Military whistleblower courts for ensuring this information is communicated to the court and appropriate legal action is undertaken for complete justice. Right? Right? CIA compliance investigators await your contact. Whistleblower investigators will be monitoring through approved constitutional wiretap surveillance all of your movements and immediate action in this legal matter and expect prompt, urgent follow-through without any delays. Please take this bitch to prison. Right? And I'm very passionate about this because, look, we're regular citizens. Me and you, we have to work to make a living, right? We work, we come home, we cook for our families, and we do it all over again, right? But I know damn well that even me, just working in a regular hospital, regular lab, whatever I do, I could go to jail for fucking something up or leaking patient information or whatever. I could go to prison for that, right? Because why? Because it's a violation. It is a HIPAA violation. Here we have judges breaking the law left and right, right? So were we right from the beginning? Because again, if you go back and watch all the videos that I made, 20 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we talked about this, right? We talked about this. We talked about Bryan Kohberger potentially being an informant or potentially working undercover for one of the federal agencies. And you have to do that if you're trying to catch people within a corrupt system and you know they're corrupt. Kind of have to go in there and pull them out one by one, right? Pick them up one by one. So listing Bryan Kohberger potentially as a whistleblower for the government. What do you think about these? What do you think about these emails? I know you have thoughts on your mind, and I know most of us here probably have similar thoughts on Bryan Kohberger, on this entire case, but I'm very curious to what the guilters think about this, because with my psychology background, I understand that the majority of people, even when they're presented with evidence and new information, and you show them this, email calling out Judge Megan Marshall breaking the law, being unconstitutional.
See that guy standing while everyone else is kneeling? That's Jonathan Isaac.
My name is Jonathan Isaac, and I'm here at PragerU. You have to check out these super cool American flag socks. All you have to do is donate any amount to PragerU, and you'll get your hands on these boys. Do it. Save our country. PragerU.
What do they have to say about this? Probably nothing, right? Because again, even when you present somebody who has your, who's been force-fed lies, and they eat up the narrative, nom 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 nom. They eat it up, right? They eat it up like it's popcorn. It's like, at this point, I am convinced that I could show somebody footage of Brian Kohberger being elsewhere when the Idaho 4 was committed, and they would still delude themselves. So, who's in here? I have to get going, guys. I actually have to work. My day is not done. I get done at like later today, like 7, 8, I don't know. Hello, Emma. Hello, Isabel, Jane, Kim, Sud, Cindy. Cindy. Ricky. Flower Child. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, Della. Too fast for fleas. Deborah, good morning. Oh my gosh. You're from the future, Deborah. Because it's Saturday in the land of Oz. I want to go there one day. Hello, Lynette. My pal Sal. Hello, hello. Justice Jane. Doesn't matter what I believe. I'm just the girl. Drinking wine from a sippy cup in the closet. Oh my gosh. Goals. Goals. Maybe this weekend, Suds. Actually, Suds, since you're in here, you told me I looked like, or you asked if anyone had asked if I looked like Vanellope Van Schweetz or something, and I was like, this must be an actress. And I Googled it. I'm like, that's me, for real. Candy in my hair. I do look like her. Louise, welcome from the UK. Stay safe out there. Dan, hello. Kathleen, do you think he took this deal to expose all this crap? I do. I do too, girl. I do too. Especially after this email. Yikes. Lovely Libra, hello. They live. The corruption in this case is Hitler and Thompson and Jennings' legacy. Yuck. Who? Isabel just is ranking. Glad to hear. Oh yeah, Dan, definitely. Go watch my video that I made titled Molly and the Tan Sedan. Okay, no white car. She's talking about a tan sedan, and that a redhead was driving it. And go watch the live I made before. There's also mention of a redhead. Weird. Crystal, love Grady Judd. Best sheriff in town. Flower Child, I stand on this. All comes back to Ruggs and the cartel. Yeah, but it could be both, right? There are times where horrible things happen because of Ruggs and cartels. I don't like when people say cartel because we know that the Aryan Brotherhood gang was there. I hope that's who you're referring to as a cartel. They're like the biggest cartel in Idaho. And they were busted just a few months after the Idaho 4, right? Biggest cartel in Idaho. You could have Ruggs and the Aryans running things and people getting unalived. And you could also have, at the same time, a government informant or a federal agent undercover trying to pick out the bad guys, the bad judges, the bad cops. You could do both. You could multitask, babe. You can multitask. Don't be hating. Hi, Michael Green Chili Chicken. That's why he had a tan when he pled guilty. From Canada. Hello, Amber. Yeah, I saw that, but I wasn't sure if it was an actual tan or their cameras. Their cameras are so 1985. Why don't they have better cameras? They've supposedly spent millions on this case, and my laptop camera that cost $100 10 years ago is better than their cameras there. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's a little sus. ISP was the ones out in Troy and Kendrick, Idaho, removing cameras and videos from businesses. That's right. And we're going to get to that because I have a lot more supplemental law narratives that we have to go over, talking about them going to all these restaurants, removing them. Real guy got popped but shocked. Ren, thank you so much. Please hit the like button and subscribe. What about the shit PCA she was given? That was also unconstitutional. Fire them all. Show me your war face? It's Friday, but I'm so tired. Me too, girl. Me too. Kathleen, well, BK sure has exposed the baddies. Idaho's being exposed. Go, Brian. People are angry that we're saying that, though. There's people that I've seen saying, don't refer to this case as Koberger versus Idaho 4. You could call him by his number, his cell number. Hello, Rachel. Did I miss someone? I'm sorry. Hello, Dina. Hello, Miss Maggie. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. So have a wonderful weekend. Just tired of this case. Tired of all.
Oh, where'd Randy go? Randy leave? Or did he get bumped? Oh, God, I'm behind 68 comments. He's probably out there. He probably got bumped. Hold on here. Is that the right one? Yeah. There you go, Randy. What do you think, Delv, about Brian being a CI?
So I
mean, there's been
think
rumor around about that forever.
Yeah, and I rightfully so. I think at this point, I would say he's either guilty or he's a CI. I think those are the only two possibilities right now. I think it's very, very interesting that he enters into this closed system of people that revolve around this crime through his interview with Pullman Chief of Police Carl Jenkins, I believe his name is. And so by getting an incident like what, May of 22, I think May of 22, he had the interview, and now some more stuff is coming out about that. I guess Jenkins is talking about it a little bit more, and sort of admitting that he had a bigger role in that and giving Brian's name to the MPD than people, than he let on earlier. And that's where I've been pretty sure from the beginning. I believe that the only tip for Brian Koberger's name came from Chief Jenkins, and Chief Jenkins was chief of Pullman at that time, but then soon after that, he became chief of the WSU security. So he, was right there with Brian Koberger from May in 2022 all the way till it happened. And then, you suddenly get these people working at WSU looking for white Elantras, and the year gets stretched out and things like that. So I don't know if that's, if somebody, if he was getting like worked into the system, by his handlers with that, or if he just was really, really kind of not too smart in interviewing with the chief of police, who's going to be part of the investigation that's looking for you after you commit a crime. That's just not very smart.
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Well,
I totally I lost
Well,
my mind.
yeah, well,
I lost
we're
everything.
talking about.
and
No, if we're talking about if you guys think that BK is a CI or not.
It's a possibility. I would almost like to think that, I'd like to know that he's like in jail and he's okay. I definitely don't think that video that we saw earlier was him now where he is.
No.
But come on, man. Tommy, he can't have done it. It's just impossible to think one man could have done this stuff.
And the way this
somebody
case
met-
is so fucked up makes me.
Yeah.
That's what makes me wonder is the way this case is so fucked up. I'm gonna try doing something here. Let me see here. Is that it? Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I think that's it. We'll find out.
I lost everything for a while there.
Okay, so here, this is one of the new documents, but they got it so fucked up. It's hard to figure out what is what and who is who and where is where. And I think you'll see that. This is to or from, I don't know here, CR Neil JD. I don't think that's decor or nothing.
Presenting this document, you mean?
Yeah, and it talks about all kinds of different shit. And then it goes, this information will raise reasonable doubt and should be offered to the Moscow, Idaho Police Department. I'm not sure what they're... Washington State University Housing and Residence Life had access to Brian Christopher Koberger's apartment on campus and could have taken gloves, I guess, that they stock his personal knife, which they are allowed to have, and it underneath the woman who died. What the fuck is this shit?
Holy shit.
There's all of a sudden nowhere. And then it goes in Idaho without him ever walking in the room. Without him ever walking into the room. And there are people who are his size and build working right now for housing who wearing a mask would have appeared to look like him and accused of having a gun. Why? Because he is a criminologist and was close to solving a case on campus, per se. This information will raise reasonable doubt and should be offered to the Moscow, Idaho Police Department so that I can get to the attorneys responsible, as I have open litigation as a Native American directly with these individuals, not through your courts, which I can't trust at the moment because I'm also working against state bars of attorneys to clear up their legal status as legal profiteering. And so I am working directly on my case because I'm trained to do so. It's also that they took and placed his knife, which is why DNA is on it.
Yep. Agreed.
Wow. Delby?
Who's this coming from? Who?
Yeah, I don't know what to say
Tommy,
about that.
Who's this coming from?
Wow. This Christopher Robert Neal. Now, I don't know what this JD means, but let me read this again. I mean, wow. Washington State University Housing and Residence Life had to access Brian Christopher Kohlberger's apartment on campus and could have taken with gloves that they stock his personal knife, which they are allowed to have, and left it underneath the woman who died, Gonzalez Kaylee, in Idaho without him ever walking in the room. And there are people who are his size and build working now for housing who wearing a mask could have appeared to look like him. And I accuse of having a gun. Why? Because he is a criminologist and was close to solving a case on campus per se. This information will raise reasonable doubt and should be offered to the Moscow Police Department so that it can get the attorneys responsible, as I have open litigation as a Native American directly with these individuals, not through your courts, which I can't trust at the moment because I am also working against state bars of attorneys to clear up their legal status as legal or profiteering. And so I am working directly on my case because I'm trained to do so. It's possible that they took and placed his knife, which is why his DNA is on it. Wow. So these must be tips that are coming in, right? Email tips. These got to be email tips.
Yeah,
right?
sounds like it. Sounds like
huge,
it, yeah.
Huge information. Huge information. Seems to me.
Wow. Well, but see, that's the only one. That's the only one I could get. That's what sucks.
Where'd you get it,
You know
Tommy?
what?
Where'd you get
Well,
it?
From the site. Let me. I hope I booked it. Yeah, I think I did.
You're coming in and out. You're coming in and out. Still in here. Where'd you get it?
Then I can just open them and not see. I was trying to. Yeah, I was trying to download them, and okay, so here's where I got them. Okay, so here. I'll show you. Let me get some shit done here.
Get your shit done.
Let's see. Stop screen. Okay, I'm going to stop screen. I don't know why there was a share screen still on there. Okay. Home in Washington. There we go. And I had to stay. There we go.
Get a windstorm, Delby.
So this is where I got the documents. Everybody, if anybody's not been there, and this is the here. Let me put that out in the crowd. This is to get documents, people. This is the link. Oh, hold on a second.
The place to go. Pullman.
Tommy, I gotta drop out because my 10 o'clock curfew is coming up.
What? Delby's leaving?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a 10 o'clock curfew. Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Okay, 10 o'clock curfew. Okay.
My cats imposed that on me.
Your cat?
My cats, yeah. They think I should
I
be
got-
up at 4:30 in the morning.
I got 4 dogs, and if they impose that kind of
I
thing
got
on me,
one
I'll
cat.
slap them around.
I got one cat.
All right,
All right,
Delby,
brother.
we love
Yeah,
you, man.
take care, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Love
See
you,
ya.
brother. Yeah.
See you, Delby.
Okay, so anyway, this is where you got, and I left it out in chat there. I think it should have went up there somewhere. Did it? I want to make sure it did. Did it? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, which is weird. You slide down like this, right? Is it on the screen yet? Yeah. You slide down like this, you know, and it's like it talks about Kohlberger, blah 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 blah. You know, these are the records, blah blah blah, and you have to click on this thing to access the records, and then they all come up. Let me see it. Is it coming? Oh, I'm gonna make me reshare the stupid thing.
You can do it.
I'm waiting for it to load. Or why isn't it showing up? Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, it's going to take a while. Okay, there it is. Okay, so what comes here? Let me look. Okay, yeah, this is it. And this is it. And that's it.
Tommy, so be your
There we go.
producer. I swear to God.
Okay. And there we go. No. And so here and when I click on these though, the thing is I haven't tried it this way. Open link in new tab, but I don't want to download it. But when I click on it, it tries to download, and my computer doesn't have enough fucking space. You know what I'm saying? I'll try this one and see what happens. But I want them to open. That's what I want. But here it goes to this, you know. Well, here, at least it's giving me an option. Oh, and of course that isn't working. Okay, let me try this. We'll see if I can get to it here. There we go. And put it there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I think it's going to let me download these to my other drive. Let me see if I can look. Yeah, I do that every day, Carolyn, but I didn't have time to even do that today. But I do have an external drive. And that's what I'm going to look up right now to see. It should have been right there. Why didn't it show up there? What is this? You know what? I don't even know if it's going to go. Let me look in here. Oh, here we go. All right. That's the same damn thing. What the hell? And what is this? The producer and I didn't even get together today at all. And so, okay, here's something, but I'm not sure what it is here. Oh, the alternate perpetrators thing. But I think that's from before. Oh, man, that's redacted. Yeah, I've read this before. I've already done this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to get to I don't know how to get there. I don't, they don't just open, you know what I mean? Wow. Trying to load. What was going on is it was trying to download those files are fucking huge, people. Like one file was over a gig, and that's just PDF shit. And trying to download them and trying to run this show at the same time doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. I had to reboot the computer and everything. But anyway, let's see what way. There's another link. Randy and anybody else that wants to get up here. Right. I don't know. I even know what to. I'm going to find something here. In the meantime, I'm sorry, everybody. This has been a bad, rough day, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Let's take a peek. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's something here. I don't know. You guys like this kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm so much into it. But we could see, and I don't know if you've seen this channel or not. Giggle hurts, I think they're trying to say, or something like that. Let's just see what he's got to say, because he's got Outcast and Rolo Moda and Bubbly Waters listed on the. Here, I'll show you. So this guy has got, it's gigahertz or gigahertz. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. Gigahertz. He's only got 578 subscribers. He did get 1,443 views. I just want to see what. Okay, so they're liking what he's got to say here, and he's got on the title Outcast, Rolo Moda, Bubbly Waters, and True Crime Design. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Oh, hater. I mean, I don't want to say, I don't like saying I hate people. Or anything or anyone. I don't hate her. But I just, I mean, oh, and she's like scolding him like, what could she possibly be saying? Like, you didn't want to sleep with me. You wanted to sleep with Diana or whatever. I don't know, whatever fucking crazy people say when they want to murder someone. Come on, Daniel, hurry up. Oh my, I hope somebody
I'll tell you what, man. I don't know what the hell's going on, but now StreamYard is acting up. It's what a day this has been. I'm going to try this again here. God. Unbelievable.
like, you didn't want to sleep with me. You wanted to sleep with Diana or whatever. I don't know, whatever fucking crazy people say when they want to murder someone. Come on, Daniel, hurry up. See that? She's smacking him repeatedly. Oh my Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What in the world? I hope
Holy
somebody
crap.
recognized her stupid face. Look at him. Look at her.
You
She's
see
like grabbing
that?
him and like
Do you
smacking
see
him.
that?
I cannot believe this. What could he have done to her? She's so mad. She's like doing it over and over again. I'm just gonna zoom in one more time and then I'm gonna post this up because this is crazy.
Wow,
Like
this
I
is
said, I
crazy
wasn't
as
even
fuck.
looking for this. I just got so off track, man. What the hell? But hey, like if they're like, hey, look at this, I just can't ignore it, right? And it was supposed to be like a short little clip, so I was like, oh, I'll just put it up right away. And then it was like 4 minutes, and then it took forever. And like I said, I was trying to upload it, and it was like the app was crashing. I couldn't upload it, and I was like, oh wow, whoever that is, whoever this is, has some kind of protection. And all these people have some kind of protection because that's the reason it's so difficult to tell. But I have my own protection, my own things that help me, my own beings that help me, and they're helping me clear all this stuff up, which is why I'm able to do it. And they can't win against them. Can't touch this. It's basically what I'm trying to say. And that's why they're like panicking. I keep getting all these messages from people trying to get my email address and my phone number, and they're like, oh, I have this information. Let me send it to you through.
Yeah, this has got to be Daniel's son. I mean, it sounds just like him. So he must have changed channels or something. So anybody that's like Daniel's son, I think this is I think this is him. He posted this 19 hours ago, but it's gigahertz. So if you want to look, here, let me. I'll get that address in the link out here. Oh, yeah, there we go. So let's keep it going here because this is pretty fucked
Facebook
up
and whatnot. And I'm just like, I didn't ask you for any information. I haven't ever asked anyone for any information at any point in time. And for information, like the only things I am posting is the videos. I'm not trying to find theories about where people were, what they did, who was, none of that. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter to me necessarily because I'm only focusing on the video. And there's all these people who are like, oh, I'll send you this, I'll send you that. And I'm like, okay, cool, send it to my Discord. And then they fucking disappear. They're sick all of a sudden. They don't like, oh, I'll send to you later. Or they'll send me a link with like information that's been out there for months. And I'm like, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna click your stupid link so you can get my IP address. I hope you're listening, by the way, because you're like a little novice, apparently, whoever you people are, because I'm not gonna fall for that. And anyways, I hope you see it. I'm gonna stop this because I wasn't even supposed to be doing this right now. And it's just a short little clip, but I just wanted to see if you could see it. I could see it now, so I'm not too worried about whether or not it's there. And I just wonder if anybody can recognize this person. I'll work on this later, hopefully, to edit it better so we can see her stupid face. But it's definitely a woman with like long curly, like long wavy hair. Let's reset so we can see. has to be a woman, right? It's either a woman or it's that guy that I posted a picture of.
Okay, I want to replay that.
Right? I'm hoping, I'm praying you could see it. Oh, hater. I mean, I don't want to say, I don't like saying I hate people or anything or anyone. I don't hate her.
Where's
but
that
I just
part
think
where he's trying to find where it's got that movement? Right in here, I think.
see that? She's smacking him repeatedly. Oh my Jesus Christ. What in the world?
Oh, yeah, I can
I
see
hope
her
somebody recognizes her stupid face. Look at him. Look at her. She's like grabbing him and like smacking him.
What face is that?
I cannot
Whose
believe
face
this.
is that?
What could he
Down
have
here?
done to her? She's so mad. She's like doing it over and over again. I'm just gonna zoom in one more time and then I'm gonna post this up because this is crazy. Like I said, I wasn't
So
even
let me see what my family is saying about this. Okay. Debbie thinks it's Ethan's face. Hi, Big Mikey. We're just looking at some stuff. It's been a real off night here, Mikey. Just been one off day, one of them really fucked up days. Yeah, I'm trying to. What I see is, is just these two are hitting on someone laying there. That's what it looks like to me. I'll keep it going on my look.
I just got so off track, man. What the hell? But hey, like if they're like, hey, look at this, I just can't ignore it, right? And I'll just put it up right away. And then it was like 4 minutes, and then it took forever. And like I said, I was trying to upload it, and it was like the app was crashing. I couldn't upload it, and I was like, oh wow, whoever that is, whoever this is,
I know how that is.
Has some kind of protection. And all these people have some kind of protection because that's the reason it's so difficult to tell. But I have my own protection, my own things that help me, my own beings that help me, and they're helping me clear all this stuff up, and they can't win against them. Can't touch this. That's why they're like panicking. I keep getting all these messages from people trying to get my email address and my phone number, and they're looking for information. I haven't ever asked anyone for any information at any point in time, and I'm not even looking for information. Like the only things I am posting is the videos. I'm not trying to find theories about where people were, what they did, who were, none of that. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter to me necessarily because I'm only focusing on the video. And there's also to my Discord, and then they fucking disappear. They'll send me a link with like information that's been out there for months, and I'm like, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna click your stupid link so you can get my IP address. I hope you're listening, by the way, because you're like a little novice, apparently, whoever you people are, because I'm not gonna fall for that. Anyways, I hope you see it. I'm gonna stop this because I wasn't even supposed to be doing this right now.
What'd you guys think of that? Do you guys see? Do you guys see what? Do you guys see what he's seeing and what that I seen it? I'm just wondering if you guys seen it. Oh, that could be cryptic. Well, then behave, Casey. Welcome, anyway. Let me see what person on the right. Like it's overlaid. You think so, Love Tina? Okay. Tina says the hair color, yes. Dylan's, and it's a ponytail. Cryptic says French braids. Yeah, and people are starting to wonder about. Okay, I'm just going to address this because Nika had a video on it, and I was wondering who was going to go there, and she went there. And, we've talked about a long time ago about, when Doc came out saying that Dylan was a trans and was actually a guy. And, the stuff now that Doc's been saying has been coming true. And now she's coming out again, it sounds like. But the thing is, those 3 unidentified male DNAs, Nika was questioning this. Could one of them have been Dylan's? Think about it. Could one of them have been Dylan's? And that is something to think about. Yes, Cryptic. Yes, she is. So that's really, yeah. And Joe P is saying, I don't know where you got the receipts on that or anything. What are you talking about, Crimex? The A in the circle is the JM. This JM, yeah, this JM thing. One was a female. Oh, okay. Good point. Okay, so I'm going to also look at this has been a couple of days ago. I'm not going to get into, I wanted to get into the docs tonight, but I'm not going to be able to till the next show probably. I'm going to have to figure out how I can download such huge files and get them. I can't do it during the show. It's got to be done when I'm not doing StreamYard. And then I'm going to have to transfer them to my external drive because they're too big for this computer. Look at Jimmy's page and the symbols on the foreheads. Jimmy's page. Hold on a second. Are you talking? Oh, okay. You're talking Jimmy's page. You're talking about Molly's boyfriend, right? Why does he have a YouTube? Yeah, I understand. He has a Facebook. Okay. Do you have the link? Do you have the link? In the meantime, In the meantime, my producers are going to go try to grab that link. But in the meantime, we'll watch a Bubbly Waters, all right? Because this is kind of interesting, I think. And also, don't forget, I will leave a link to her, what do you call, GoFundMe page, too. Last I heard, it was over 4,000 and something. I'm not sure what it's at now. But anyway, and this is about flashbangs. It's only a 7-minute video, so. And it's Bubbly, or Bubbly Waters. Here we go. Oh, come on. What's going on? There we go. Oh, what the hell? StreamYard is acting up too. There we go. Jeez.
Quite the flash, huh? Explosion.
Now, what's going on here? Why isn't it not showing? Jeez. Tell you what. Your browser lost connection to the screen share audio. Try sharing your screen again. Can you guys see it on screen? Can you guys see that on screen right now? Did it come back on? Oh, you can put the link right in here. Otherwise, I'm gonna, go in there is gonna. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so you can see it. All right. You serious, Mikey? Birdie's system crashed tonight? Oh, fucking great. I wonder what the hell's going on, people. Okay, Big Mikey is saying that Tommy Birdie's system crashed tonight. Okay, so what are they going to do? Are they going to start attacking us now or what? It's muted. What's muted? This? I hear it just fine. I'm muted? I'm not muted. Can you guys hear me? The video sound? What? I'll try it again. Jeez, what the fuck is going on tonight? This has been one fucked up day, people. I'll try it again here. Now, tell me if you get sound here. Maybe it's just you. Okay. God dang it. Okay, so back it up. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so there it is. Really? I don't have it playing right now, Coco. Oh wait, I'm behind in the chat. I'm way behind in the chat. Okay, that explains some stuff. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I don't have the video playing yet, so let's tell me if you guys can hear the video.
To do so,
Starting
at the
now.
front door and a point on the rastrum power plant yields that can only
Can you guys hear
be
it?
considered a perfect angle. Rastrum. When the video is opened in Premiere, the flash begins at 1 minute 16
All right,
seconds.
thank you, Bianca.
1 minute 16 50 seconds. And the
Love you,
boom
girl.
begins at 8:07. This makes the sound travel time 6.47 seconds. Wow.
Let's check
Using
this
2
out.
private weather stations at the end of the line. Average. Oops. Whoa. Which is went haywire on me. So one thing this brings up for me is that, okay, in the Brett Payne, when his Facebook page was up, when it had everything it was on it, he had the wolf that he killed, right? Sad. He should have gotten in trouble for that too. I heard that was a protected wolf, a female, and she'd been there for a long time. Is from what I understood, but I can't verify that. But anyway, there was a few other things in there. There was some thing where he was talking to some lady about, fixing his, being able to save money up and try to get all those bills paid or something like that. It was them sitting at a table talking back and forth. And then there was another one that was him and a friend, which was also, I believe, the friend that he would go hunting with, where they were out in the woods up in wherever they were, it was a wooded area, and they let off an explosive. And this explosive was pretty gnarly. I mean, it was a pretty large explosion. Well, not more than, let me see. It had to have been a couple weeks or maybe month after that a thing came up over on of course on the news feed, and it was in Centralia or Chehalis, one or the other, which is where Caden Young lost his life. Anyway, there was a basically a picture kind of, but it was a pretty extensive area. Like, well, there was a lot of houses there and stuff. And looking out, and this particular explosion that went off was massive. Like the whole screen rattled. Like I watched it rattle on the picture. And I don't know if they ever found out where that came from, but I don't know if I can find that again or not. But if anybody finds it, let me know, because it was like, I believe it was Centralia or Chehalis, one or the other. And it was just some big explosion. And I need to find out what stuff, because he said it in Payne's Facebook post. He said what the stuff was that he used. I guess it's it made me think of what it would be like a white dynamite or something. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but it was something that they were familiar with being in the wars or in the service or something, is what I got out of that. So anyway, I just thought this was kind of interesting that this popped up on here. And yeah, crazy. Private house address on Hayden near Idaho Road. Nuts. So what are they doing? Are they blasting tunnels?
Okay. I just wanted to. Hey, Aggie. I'd really appreciate it if you sent me an email at onceuponacrimetime, all in capital letters, onceuponacrimetime @gmail.com. Of course, gmail.com isn't capitalized, but yeah, I'd appreciate that. I'd like to talk to you. Okay, anyway. So yeah, Bubbly's onto some stuff here. It's just a little bit left anyway here.
That is a pretty large boom and light and all that. It looks like there's little ones that are going off over there too prior to it. Well, they just do what they want.
Wow. Yeah,
over
you
there,
can see
apparently.
them and shit, right?
Blowing crap up in the middle of the night. Kind of like they do over, in my opinion, down off of Walenta, right there on Conestoga.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. When it comes to the flashbangs, was that a flashbang that they heard that went in there? Because if there was a flashbang that actually happened at the house where Bethany said that she heard something that sounded like a firecracker and then a flash under the door, if there was a flashbang, then it could be, you know, a military person. I can't see Kohlberger using a. Can you see Kohlberger using a fucking flashbang? I mean, come on, give me a fucking break. I can't fucking see that. What? Hey, wait, what the fuck here, Kenny? What the fuck is that, dude? Bye. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to bring that up. Okay, so I'm going to bring up Jimmy Mackey's Facebook. And there we go. Okay, let me see the comments here. Okay, so who was it who wanted me to go to? Was that Joe? Was that you that wanted me to go to Jimmy Mackey's page? Well, here it is right here. So this is Molly McMichael's boyfriend, Jimmy Mackey. But he hasn't, at least worldly, he hasn't posted since April 28th. Looks like he posts some weird shit. Ooh, he likes horror. I don't know what you wanted me to look at on here, but the 13th of the year, a prominent day for me to return to the world after many months of struggle and strife, trying to hang on to my belief in myself and humanity. It has been a rough path to walk recently, perhaps the hardest path overall I've ever had to traverse. Yet here I am, motherfuckers, still standing. I may be beat to shit. I may be dejected and depressed, sad, and a bit unsure, yet I'm still frickin' here. I will not be stopped. To all, oh, geez, she's got a whole thing here. Holy cripes. To all those who have been by my side be you far away or nearby the past few months, reading this or not, I am sorry for the distance, sorry for not being more in touch as I usually am, sorry for closing myself off. So he disappeared for a while. What's the date here? January 14th of 23. Oh, check that out. January 14th of 23. And he's in here apologizing for not being there. Where has he been then? That's interesting to me. Let's read that again. I am sorry for the distance. Sorry for not being more in touch as I usually am. Sorry for closing myself off from all of you. Yet I needed the time more than I originally thought. What the fuck does he mean by that? And needed to find my path back on my own as much as possible. I also apologize because I did lose a part of my very open and loving, accepting heart and soul in the process of picking myself back up off the ground. I'm sorry that I returned with a bit more hardness in my heart instead of more love and care. I told you all I was worried I was going to lose the best part of who I am because the impact of the actions of many in my life who I called family and friends, and unfortunately, I did lose a slice of that permanently. And it did change me. I was burned too many times, betrayed and hurt too many times by so many I helped and was there for. Yet I still do feel love and care and respect, perhaps more intensely and sincere than I ever have before, despite my sincere, justified, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Okay, let me see what you guys think of that. Okay, so as far as Gig's video is concerned, we're looking at these pictures here. Okay, that's some pretty fucked up pictures, guys. I mean, this is pretty fucked up. Now, this is who? Okay, this is Molly's boyfriend, right? This is fucking Molly's boyfriend. This is a dude that was, I'm pretty sure was with Molly that night, because you know what? She said she lied. She fucking lied when she said it was just her and the dog, because Rosie and Tisdale said that when they were driving by, they seen her car parked behind the house with 3 people standing outside. And I'll bet you money this dude right here is one of them. This guy's fucked up. And we guess the other one maybe to be Jonah Chapin. Not saying this is all speculation, people. Everything's always speculation on this channel. Okay, so True Crime X. Let's go over here. Let's go look at some photos. Look at these photos, people. Look at these photos. Now, this must be, is this him? This must be him, right? There he is. There he is. And with the, oh my God, a brown pit bull. Okay. So I gotta tell you this story because it happened like many moons ago, many shits ago. This is Jim. This is Jimmy. This would be Molly McMichael's boyfriend. So Jimmy Mackey is the name. Yeah, right, I know that. Yep. So that's what he looks like. Again, we'll take a look at some of these pictures that he's got. Oh, what I was trying to say, though, is at the very beginning of this case, okay, somebody told me, and I don't remember who or what, I mean, and it was right at the beginning, right when I first started getting into it, someone said, oh, God, I know who it was. Yeah, and that's a pretty good source. And actually lives close by in Washington. And they said the Red Rummer owned a brown pit bull. That's what he told me. That the one who did this owned a brown pit bull. Interesting. Let's look at some of these. Look at these pictures he's got. Fuck you, summer. It's spooky time now. Talks about Michael Myers. Let's read this. Michael Myers taught me a valuable life lesson. Don't worry about how fast everyone around you is moving. If you're determined, just move at your own pace and you'll kill shit every time. Thanks, Mike. You'll kill shit every time. Mr. Anarchy Studios. Yeah, we've looked at this before. We've gone over all this. Actually, we have someone makes me wonder if this isn't somebody else that we've been looking at, or my producer's been looking at for a long time. And we were going to run a show on this dude because he's freaky as fuck. We don't know who he is the problem, because he goes by a really fucked up name. And we might have to do that. We might have to do that show. But yeah, so here you got this guy who, I mean, come on. There's 3 people standing outside of Molly's car. Who the fuck do you think is with her? It's got to be this dude and another dude and probably Molly. And I bet she didn't even have her fucking dog with her. Well, maybe she did. But, you know, it's just weird how Molly's always there when I mean, she's there for these red rums and then there for her ex-husband that was red rummed over stealing rugs. Exactly, Carolyn. I mean, you know, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Everywhere you look in this case, there is way more people that it could be. I mean, there's just as much chance that this fucking guy did it with the help of Jonah or whoever was with him than Brian Kohlberger. For one thing, they would have had more time. She was driving around about 1:45. She could have dropped them off in the back pretty fucking damn easily, or dropped them off somewhere. and then just drove around thinking, acting like she's lost. Oh, Birdie, what's up, brother? Hey, Birdie, I'll leave a, if you want to jump up, man, I'll leave a, let me grab the dealy thing. I heard you had some problems tonight or something. Somebody said I'm having some major problems here too. So there's a link right there, Birdie. Birdie's in the house. Yeah, that's fine, Bird. Link's right there. I'll post it again. Yeah, family would like to see you up here, Birdie. Jump on up, man. I did drop the link. There he is. There he is. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Tommy Jude?
Oh, not much. It's been one of them days, man. And then, oh, geez, I didn't get to read any of the docs, and then trying to download them. My computer wouldn't download them. I'm trying to get them on my other. It's just been one of them fucked up days, dude. And then struggles with StreamYard, and then I heard. Did you close down? Did you freeze up or something, or what the hell happened?
Yeah, I actually I got a video. I showed this on my stream. It was pretty crazy. It's the first time it's ever happened to me. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but I was doing the 911 call and the background voices, and this is what happened. My entire shit went black and froze.
Yeah.
I couldn't even shut it off.
Let me blow this up here. Okay.
Here, I'll show you again. But pretty much my entire computer screen.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
It just went black, and like my cursor was delayed, and I couldn't even shut it down. Like I had, and then everyone was like, oh, his air conditioner kicked on. Cause sometimes when my AC kicks on, it'll delay, but I got like a Wi-Fi booster for that. But that's the first time that it's ever happened. Who knows? It could be a coincidence. Maybe my my FBI agent said, you've gone too far this time, Birdie. Got to shut you down. But
I don't know. I'm having some struggles too. I bopped out and I had to reboot, and left people hanging there, and
dude. Well, did you? I don't know if you were already live or if you were in there, but were you aware of the background conversations in the 911 call?
Not the background. No, not too much, Bernie.
Dude, you can crystal clearly, like on both of our lives, Doug, you can hear them say they've been shot. You can hear it clear as day in the background. I don't even know what to say about it. I said before I started, I go, this should have people asking questions at least. And so I have an audio.
That was the first rumor that came out, was that they were shot.
Exactly.
Right.
It was like Olivia, Steve G, Christy. They were sitting on that couch, and one of them had said, I think it was the mom had said, well, yeah, we got a call. And somebody said somebody went to the party and shot it up. You remember that? They were like sitting on the couch, all three of them.
Right.
So I don't know. And but no, I don't get it.
So this happened while you were alive?
Yeah, right as I started like fucking with the audio, I use Soundtrap. It's a free like mixer. But I had so I have a file that I did a bunch of quick cap filters on, and I did them one at a time. So I would like put a filter on, export it, put a filter on, export it. So it's like a clean file each time. And and I'm laying on the couch last night, and I added like a deep, like the filter is called like deep voice. And then out of nowhere, dude, I hear all these background voices that are like, no, Steve, no. And then it's like, where did it happen? They go, in the hall, or between the hall and that room. Like you got to check it out if you haven't seen it. It's crazy.
No, I don't think I've seen it. No. What show was that, dude?
That was tonight.
Oh, that was tonight?
Yeah.
And it's still up though? Did the video stay online? I mean, it's on your page?
I hope it is. I mean, because luckily before my computer went whack.
Yeah, can I run
it? Yeah. I just it's streamed 49 minutes ago. It says 911 call, hidden voices. This changes everything.
Okay, all right.
And so you got to go on the live tab, and you want to go to about. You want to go to about. Because I do like the intro and all that shit. But let me do.
Usually you're right there, but is it the? This changes everything. Is that the one?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah. And the timestamp you're going to want to go to is right at you want to go to 23 to 24 minutes.
Okay. And there we go. And there.
Yeah, Christina says he didn't crash out till we were done. I know. I got up and I went and talked to my wife. I'm like, I don't think this is the air, babe. Like, this is something else. And I was looking it up on Google, and they're like, oh, usually if you have too many tabs open, and I'm like, usually I have like 12 tabs open when I stream because I got a bunch of shit that I got to pull up. I had 3.
Right.
I had 3. It was the audio files. That's it. So I don't know.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe clean out the computer or something. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if you can run like 12 tabs, that's pretty good. I can't run even half that.
I got
without having like major problems. Did you?
Yeah. When
Right.
I switched from TikTok I used a laptop for TikTok. And then when I started switching over to YouTube, I invested in a nice PC. I have like what the fuck is it? It's called Alienware. Like an Alienware PC. But it's supposed to be like a gaming streaming PC. I've had no issues.
Right.
It's been unbelievable. So
how much that run, dude?
About
the expensive what?
Yeah, it was probably about almost 2,800.
Oh wow. Yeah,
but like, dude, I've never bought a PC. I'd never bought a PC before. Like all my laptops when I was working I guess I still have a day job, but I got a HP laptop from my job. So I would just use that. So I never had to buy a computer, you know?
Right. Okay, let's check this out.
That clear, you're not even going to need headphones. Like literally, they're that clear. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my screen up. Maybe go to like 26 minutes. Okay. There you go. Oh no, it started. Go back. Sorry, bro. You see the time at the bottom? It's at 2 minutes. So go.
Yeah. I'll go until I can see it. I can see where to go. Okay.
And sorry, I'm gonna be a pain in the ass right now. I use Soundtrap. Tommy, the first time that I did this, I had the volume down. So I'm going to let you guys hear 28 minutes. Just the one that I did with CapCut.
What's that?
I said, sorry for being a pain in the ass. The first time that I played the audio, I didn't have the volume turned up on my computer. So you're going to have to go to like 28 or 30 minutes ish. You'll be able to tell.
Oh,
so if you just,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
that should be good.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay, it's 27.
What the address? Okay, and is that a house or an apartment? It's a house.
You hear that? It's
Can
the
you
kid.
repeat the address to make sure that I have it raised? I'll talk to you guys where she was the white short.
I didn't hear that. Let me back it up a little bit.
Tommy, do you want
Let me
me?
back this up.
Do you want me to pull it
Okay.
up on mine? I'm gonna start it over. I have the volume maxed. There you go. That is on me.
What's that?
No. You're right. This is the right spot.
Okay.
I am very sorry. If you guys could not hear it, I am very sorry about that. My bad. Tell me if this is better.
11:55 a.m. 42 second November 13, 2022. 911 location of your emergency. Whatever the address of the emergency.
I heard.
Whatever the rest of the address. Okay. And is that a house or an apartment? It's a house. Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it raised? I'll talk to you guys where she was the white short. I need someone to repeat the address for verification. The address 11222 Road. And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
You hear them say mute it?
3731.
What's that?
I said you can hear somebody say mute it right before it goes quiet. So if you go back, see where that pink line goes from having like the audio shit and then it goes quiet, go right before that. And you'll hear somebody go mute it and then it goes quiet.
Yeah, I'll just go here.
Do you park your car in a garage? Do you have an anti-theft
That's all right.
alarm for your car? Well, did you know that you are likely eligible for
Okay, so I need to know what's going on right now. If someone is tapped out, can you find that out? No, come on, you gotta go check. No, we have to.
It's kind of that low end. Are you talking like
Yeah.
a low end voice?
You hear like whispers and shit in the back. And I was able to get it.
Whispers. I can hear whispers and low end.
Yeah. Which okay, so what I was saying is I have an audio engineer that has a crazy setup. And he's diving into it tonight and tomorrow. I don't know if he's okay with going live, but either way, I'm going to pre-record with him. And if nothing else, I just want to be like, can you see the steps that were taken to manipulate this? Like, can you break the audio levels down? Like, was this voice distorted? Like, if you had the raw file, what are you seeing, or what would you guess happened to it? Because there's so much going on in the background for when allegedly.
Here's what I
they just
figured
woke up.
when I did the reflection series and shit, and we were hearing all those voices. Some are they had voice changers. Some of them had voice whisperers. They had those whisper boxes. And man, I'll tell you what, it's hard to hear that shit, but once you hear it, you can't stop hearing it.
No, that's
You know
that's
what
how
I'm
I
saying?
felt too. Because what I was shocked about was how the second you put one filter on that 911 call, just one, doesn't matter. You could pick a random ass filter. You can hear other stuff, and it's like, hang on, and then you listen to why. So they use Whitcom. Whitcom's a third-party dispatch service that Pullman and Moscow use. Whitcom had to, due to the law, release the exact version of the public released version. They were fighting the non-dissemination order, or at least in the courts they were, but it ended up getting released. So it's real and it's not fake, according to that. Now, it's not to say if there wasn't a giant operation going on, who the hell knows? But from the paperwork and the letter that was released and sent, this is a legitimate 911 call. I don't know if they have to tell you if it was manipulated or not, but the call itself was real.
Right.
Which is
no doubt about
crazy.
it. I agree with that. Yeah. But you do hear whispers and low end. Did someone fuck with it? I don't think so.
Well, and one of the points that I was making, this is obviously my opinion, so this is bias.
Right.
I've put a lot of time, just as you have, looking into this. And while yes, this case has interested me, the bigger thing that I'm passionate about is what I call like narrative warfare. I cannot effing stand turning on my TV and hearing blatant headline lies. And then I can't stand even more than that, hearing people parrot them like they're some expert because they listen to a talking suit that's paid off by Big Pharma, Palantir. You can name whatever company you want. And it sounds like you're just trying to connect all the dots, but it's like, no, it's really not hard to follow if you just did like 2 hours of research.
I don't watch much news. I have been watching though Ashley Banfield and Brian Enton's new channels because
did they team up?
They have new YouTube channels on their own. So
oh wow.
And like Ashley is like way different than she is on News Nation. I mean, she's saying fuck and everything, dude. Wow. On her channel. I'm going, what? My jaw just dropped. It was like Ashley Banfield saying fuck. Are you serious?
That's hilarious.
And
I haven't seen that.
They have more open mind, and their minds are a little more opened on their channels than they are on News Nation. So it is interesting. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's like if you go to one of those big networks, you metaphorically have a gun to your head with that teleprompter sitting in front of you.
Oh, no doubt about it, dude. No doubt about it. Yeah. You know, it's all scripted. You know what I mean? It's all fucking scripted.
That's why, bro, I've said this before. I could never be a reporter for a big company because if I had a question to ask, like if I wanted to ask somebody like, I don't know, what really happened? And if I felt like they were lying to me, I would be like, okay, well, we're not moving on until I feel like I get a sufficient answer. You know what I mean? Like I would have to, I couldn't do it. I couldn't work for a company and be in like an investigative journalist in any way. I would have to, I'd have to feel like I got the truth out of them.
Right. And you know what else I'm being told? I'm being told if you listen to the interview with Christy and her sister and Olivia, the cry or sob sounds exactly the same as the 911.
Really?
All right. That's interesting also.
That is interesting. And I'm going to post the audio that I broke down tonight without any commentary, just the 3 minute, however long it is. I'm just going to post that so people can download it or screen record it. And then
that would be good.
So
actually I got 3 different softwares for music, and I can take just vocals out. I can do all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, I'll email you the raw file right now. Not that you have to do it right now, but just so you have it.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I use that stuff quite often actually. I can actually take like any song off YouTube, and I can separate all the music. I mean, I can separate the voice from everything, the drums, the bass, the guitar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can remix it. I can do any of that shit. Yeah. And then I got one that I can go in and I can boost what's in the background. I'd be able to boost what's in the background.
Well,
compared to the voices, you know what I'm saying? I could go in there and take those whispers and the stuff that you're hearing back there in the low end, and I can boost that up and take the other ones out of there. So you're not hearing like the 911 call. You only hear that, like that'll be really quiet, but what's in the background will be louder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. what I find interesting about audio and video is technology has still not gotten it perfect. You know what I mean? Like when you watch a video that's just recorded and it's a genuine recording, or if you listen to an audio recording, there's still something inside of you when you hear a fake recording or see a fake video. You can just tell. It's kind of like AI. When you see an AI image, you know, and here's the other scary part about all that shit too. There was like a video of a cat doing a high dive, right, in a pool. It was like viral on Facebook from a bunch of people who've never heard of AI that are like, holy fuck, look at this cat. It's doing the triple front.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we're
I'm so tired of that. Yeah. AI has come a long ways, and people don't realize that they're being fooled.
bro. Do you know, like, I forget whose name it was attached to this, but there was a celebrity that they recently died. I heard this on Rogan. Some big time celebrity recently died, and they said when they die, this AI company has rights to like their name, image, and likeness. So that person's thought was they'll be able to remake movies with them, even though they're dead, via AI. He like sold his rights to his. What is that? I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy as fuck. So in other words, we could be watching. Let's just say Clark Gable. We'd be watching Clark Gable for hundreds of years.
I mean, yeah, like if you got like an all-time great singer or somebody, like that'd be dope. But it's also kind of like, I don't know about you, but
it's not real.
And you kind of want to see like new people.
Right. It's not real. You know what I mean? People, I don't know about that whole AI thing. I don't know. I question it, put it that way.
Would you get an AI housewife, Tommy? An AI house? You would, wouldn't you? You would.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
There's a movie about that. And
yeah, there is. Yeah.
My wife and I were watching it, and she's like, never. We're not getting
it. That would be too fucking funny. Hilarious.
It's cool, but it's also scary too.
I know. Yeah. And that's the way I look at it. Is it's kind of scary. What scared me about like music, because the AI is writing the music and they're doing the fake, the AI singer, and is that going to replace us musicians in the fucking future? I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well,
is there not going to be a real musician that is really playing the music and really writing the music from his fucking heart and soul? You know what I mean?
I totally agree. That's where it gets like, it's like, that's like the one few things that humans can do is art. That when you see it, whether it's architecture, whether it's a painting, whether it's a song,
right?
Something where it's like knowing that a human made that makes it better.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does.
I also think, dude, AI has probably been around for, when I say decades, maybe not as long as that, but I would guess that these big time industry people, whether it's movies, whether it's the music industry, big tech, I would guess they've had AI for 10 plus years. It just now became public. And I would guess that a lot of people's ghostwriters or ghost producers or ghost authors, I mean, you can give the most basic version of ChatGPT a prompt and say, I want you to write me like an off branch themed book series of Harry Potter combined with Tommy, Jude, and Birdie. And it would be like, boom.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? It's that quick. It's kind of crazy. And I want you to mimic J.K. Rowling in your linguistics. And it would do it.
Isn't that crazy? That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. I'd like to see some of that, but I think as a whole, as a world, we need to be careful. And that's, you know what I'm saying? We need to be careful how far we go. I just don't want to see a lot of things replaced, and I think that's what it's going to come to, and even jobs. Think about the jobs that are going to be lost.
And my stance on that is, I'm all for technology developing and evolving, but
right,
if a human can do it, why replace it? Unless it's money and greed and profit margin that's getting in the way of it, there would really be no other reason. You would just think, well, why would I invest in this AI to do that process unless it would make me more money? Therefore, I'm going to cut jobs. While, yes, it might cost me a couple million up front to buy this AI system to do it, over the course of the next 7 to 10 years, I'll 3x what I paid on this AI. Like, to me, while yes, that's business, I don't know. And I think then you could even go deeper and you could talk about how, like, people hate capitalism. I believe we don't even live in a true capitalistic society. I think we live we live in a monopoly that's called capitalism.
Yeah, it's controlled by the oligarchs and the billionaires and the corporations. Here's what I call it: corporate communism.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Yes. What do you I don't know if you've looked into it at all. What do you think about that Luigi Mangione case with the United Healthcare shooting? You remember how that dude shot the United Healthcare?
Yeah,
CEO?
I remember it, but I didn't look into it too much, but I remember it. Yeah.
Okay, not to sidetrack us, but this is going to blow your mind. So I have a guest on my streams on Monday nights, Devil's Advocates. He's
okay. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he's balls deep in the Luigi case.
Yeah. Okay.
And he talked about how Luigi might walk because one of the defense's strategies would be similar to if you are a bystander, like let's say your neighbor, you know that your neighbor, like you live next to a couple and the wife is always getting her ass beat. And then one day you walk home and you see the wife getting beat up by the husband and you shoot and kill the husband. Well, you were protecting somebody else because she would have been killed if you didn't do that. And it kind of goes back to the roots of we live in a justice system, not a law of the land, as we say, or not a land of laws.
Right.
Rather. It's like
right.
You go in front of a jury, they judge if breaking that law was just. Was it just for you to do that? Because if you didn't, she would have died and you saved her because of the malice and the forethought of the husband. A defense strategy could potentially be, as DA speculates, well, Luigi might be doing the same thing. And it's not to say I want CEOs to be killed, but how many people die due to a company not paying out health insurance benefits? How many people die because they can't get coverage?
Right.
Like that would put the entire healthcare system on trial. And I don't know if the healthcare system wants that to the point where, okay, yeah, a CEO got shot and killed. Will they let this one dude walk so that the entire country doesn't watch this trial of hearing the statistics, the real life statistics, not the propaganda bullshit paid for studies and all that?
It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So, right.
I don't know, but
yeah, I don't either. And it's going to come to not, I don't, here's a thought too, is with this AI, I wonder if Ann Taylor went to AI and asked how to get Koberger off.
Dude, bro.
You know what I mean? I would do it. I'd do it if I was a lawyer. I'd fucking do it.
Well, I got to tell you, man, like, you would have to, if Ann Taylor had so much shit she could have asked, she could have said, and I'm stealing this from a YouTube comment that was on one of my videos, but it said, Ann Taylor could have asked, are you positive that it's a white Elantra? What is the license plate? Do you see the defendant in the car? No further questions. Okay.
Right.
They're saying he turned his phone off. Well, you have a phone expert come in. what would a reason be to turn off your phone if you're in an isolated area with no service? They're going to list a bunch. And then you say, oh, so there's reasons why somebody would turn their phone off besides committing murder. No further questions. It would, I don't understand it. Right. And I'm not saying that I want him to walk free if he fucking killed these people, but I'm telling you, right. I don't even know his connection. I've looked through everything. I don't even know how he's connected to this. People want to say drugs. People want to say whatever. I had his buddy from Pennsylvania back, William, not the, there's two of them. There's two Wills. Will was like, we used to go pick up bundles of H. I never saw him use. And I'm like, see, BK sounds like a fucking informant. That's what he sounds like.
Well, and that's what Debbie Ann is saying right there is Nika's got a really good video out right now. And I showed it before you got on.
Nika? I'll write it down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's about Brian being a CI. Not a CI, but like an FBI agent or something. I just did that too.
Do you think we're ever gonna know the truth, dude?
That's a tough one, man. I don't know, bro. You know, the next, how many days has he got left? How many days has he got left?
22, 23, something like that.
That's going to answer a lot of questions. So what's going to happen, I think.
Well,
it is for me.
I've said that if Brian Kohberger does not appeal this case, it locks in two of the theories that you and I have talked about. Either WITSEC,
right? Yeah.
PSYOP or false flag, or like I would say, if he doesn't appeal, there is no way in effing hell this has just 100% legitimacy as a criminal trial. There's a different aspect that we are, as the public, are not privy to see. In my humble opinion, I genuinely think that if he does not appeal, it's because he's either already protected, or who knows, maybe Palantir has their hands in this. I don't know.
All right, something. I don't know either. I would like to see what AI. You know, maybe I'll run it through that. What is it? Chat GPT or whatever.
Yeah.
And ask, put in all the information on the case and just see what. I wonder what it would say. Like, you know what I mean?
It would probably say, because I've done that with the court case summary. I've said, I said, like, using pattern recognition.
That cat looks just like my cat.
Dude, that's Louie.
Okay, I got Crow. What's my
bro?
Yeah,
dude, I got Louie in college. I was dating a girl in college that grew up on a farm.
Right.
I went to school in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And I was on a trip playing football. I was out in New Jersey for a game, and I come back and that cat's there. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Well, I go to get him neutered whenever he got of age. And they're like, where did you get this cat? And I'm like, my girlfriend got it from her farm. Like, it's a barn cat. They're like, that's a Russian blue. And I'm like, what? So the vet was thinking that somebody might have had a Russian blue cat that had kittens and they just let him out. Because they're like, that's very odd for like just getting as a random bar cat. Typically, you get like a tabby, you'll get like a calico, or a tortie. Like, I don't know really that much about cats, but anyways,
yeah, that's the same kind of cat I got. Anyway, what we were talking about? We were talking about something.
I was saying, I put the court case summary PDF files into ChatGPT, and I said, what do you see as pattern recognition? And it said, this looks like some sort of federal involvement. That it essentially said, like, it's either. Oh,
did you have that on the show?
Yeah, I did that live.
Yeah, I think I might have. Yeah, I think I seen that. Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. It's very
I mean,
interesting to me.
But do you think, here's what's crazy. All right, Tommy, let me ask you a question. I need you to be a normie, fluoridated NPC, watches the mainstream media, doesn't think critically.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably pretty hard. Okay, I'm sure it
Right.
is pretty hard for people in here too that are in the chat. But it's
Yeah.
like, let's say that Don. Well, I know Don Lemon doesn't work there, but Anderson Cooper comes on and he says, "Breaking news: Idaho 4 was a psychological operation." Yada yada yada. How many people do you think would be able to wrap their heads around that or even know what it is?
Not very many.
Over or under 25%? Because I say under.
Under. Way under. Way
What is
under, dude.
That thing? Because I would say like
3 to 5%.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's why we get called conspiracy theorists, because this shit happens more often than people think.
it does. And like a lot of the documents that you go and you talk about, right?
We got excuse me, Jethro. We got a hold of the Spence law firm, and I talked right to them, and I sent the information, and they wanted to pick up the case, but they said they could not get involved unless Brian asked them to. And I sent Brian a letter telling them everything, giving him the numbers. Spence would have taken that case, and he probably would have got off. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And speaking of that, though, with lawyers, just to make a quick point, if you were a defense attorney and you did any digging and you didn't just stick your head in your own ass and listen to the mainstream media as a defense attorney,
right,
dude, this would be a literal career lifetime case if you proved Brian Kohberger was innocent. You would take that pro bono 1 million out of a million times if you were. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then you got Karen Reed that is getting all this pro bono, and her case, it was like way more up for debate than Kohberger's. If you take the mainstream narrative out about Brian Kohberger, Karen Reed's case is more debatable. I'm not saying that she's guilty. I'm not saying that she's in. Like you guys know what I'm saying.
I agree. I agree with you.
Take the narrative out, and you just look at evidence on paper. If you just had the evidence of the two cases, I think that more people would think Brian is innocent than Karen Reed is.
Exactly.
As far as on the evidence.
Yeah. I agree with that.
You can put her at the scene. She knew the people. There was her taillight, and then Kohberger's like, "We have no connection. We actually don't even know if he went in the house." Like, what the fuck?
I know. They had nothing. They had not, and that's what surprises me about the plea. To me, there's something else going on in the back that we don't know. That's what it seems like.
I know. Dude, I feel like I know it. I feel like I know that there's something going on there. I think even down to the point where wires got crossed for ongoing operations. I believe that maybe the local PD was looking into the prowler that you see in the police documents and the court documents and all the complaints that people felt like there was some weird creep that was in that area. I don't think that silver Ford Fusion was looking for open intoxicants. I believe that because if you think about that patrol, dude, they're patrolling an area that it's such a small loop all night. That seems like you're staying and you're looking specifically for a very specific crime, not open intoxicant.
Right. But what gets to me is that Ford Fusion with Rosie and Tisdale drove by the house and said that they had seen Molly McMichael's car in back of the house with 3 people standing outside the fucking car. Well, Molly McMichael testified that she was alone with her fucking dog. Well, then who are them fucking people standing outside the fucking 3 people standing outside the fucking car?
Well, that's where I go back to. If this is which we know the FBI is involved, the feds can. Do you remember the first time I came on your show, Tom? I was like,
"Yep,
the feds can legally stage a violent. They can do all that. They have this override.
Yep.
And so I wonder if there's an aspect of that where the court documents are sealed.
But what would be the reason for that on this one?
I think that's
where I get snagged up.
If I had to guess, something went terribly wrong under both of the FBI's and the local PD's noses. Something went terribly wrong. These people were under surveillance, and whoever was after them that they were surveilling,
They dropped the ball
big time. I think that they don't want to come out and tell the country and tell the world, hey, we had the FBI, the marshals, and the local cops looking after these 4 kids,
and they dropped the ball,
and they still killed them brutally.
Right.
I mean, it'd be a disaster.
To me, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and let's say it is something with gangs, and let's say it is something with parents cooperating of the victims, and they were told they would be protected. If that came out in the mainstream media, who the F is ever going to rely on the police if they snitch to have their family protected ever again?
Right.
I mean, already it's sus, and
yeah.
But I mean, let me ask you this: if you're Brian, Tommy, is there anybody outside of your immediate bloodline family that you would sit in a prison cell for the rest of your life and face the firing squad if you did not commit a crime that you would not snitch on?
No.
And you can include your wife or somebody into that as well. Like when I say immediate bloodline, you know what I mean? It would have to be a child, my wife. And even, and I hate to say this, but if it's my child and I know that they effed up 4 people brutally and they're like, they really did it, I feel like at a certain point, it's like depending on how old they are, it's like they chose that.
Right.
I don't know. Or like, it's just odd. I'm not saying that I would snitch very easily. That's not what I mean. But when it's somebody that I don't know and I have no connection to, I don't think I would hesitate if my life's on the line.
You're right, especially on the red drums. What do you think about a research, let's say a theory about Brian and the research paper he was doing, right?
Yep.
What if there was more to that research than meets the eye? Let's say that it was a research thing, not just with Brian, but maybe the whole class or maybe it was a research thing and something went wrong. Maybe they were, you know what I'm saying?
Like you're saying that like the survey and everything was a part of some sort of research that study that got federal government funding ended up in a brutal homicide. Yeah, they would probably cover that up too.
Something like that.
Sure.
A research thing. He had that paper out there asking people questions. Well, they say it was for a class or whatever. But it really makes me wonder about that research and these red rums. I mean, is there a connection?
There could be, but I do know that in the archives of Reddit or he posted on Reddit, and I do know that while he did make the post to Reddit, if you actually filled out the survey, you had to click a link that went to DeSales University, which proves that survey was approved by their IRB, which is their research board. So there were people at the university that were aware of this study he was conducting. And if you think about a good student, well, how do you get honest, real criminals to answer this survey? In an anonymous chat forum like Reddit or 4chan, where no one, like, that would make sense. Now, I've always said that dude, they bury the bodies in the university studies. They get away with so much shit by giving university funding and studies at these colleges. I think it's like, it's not money laundering. It's almost like study laundering. There's so much dirty shit that comes out of university level studies because it's like, oh, it's just it's research funding. It's a research project, but you have no idea what's going on. And I think there's a chance that to answer your question, I do think that there's a chance that there was some sort of research or funding to look into predictive criminal behavior in emerging adults in a non-clinical setting, which you look at you look at Washington State, they did receive, I believe it was either 1.9 or 2.1 million dollars of funding by the NIJ, which is the DOJ's research arm, to look into exactly that. So what are the odds Bryan Kohberger transfers across the country after having a professor that was super tight with the feds? He goes all the way from Pennsylvania out to Washington to that specific criminology department. And then 2 months later, he is on trial for this. And then after the fact, Idaho.
And just before that, he puts out a research paper. Asking a bunch of questions. Now, what about this? What about this? What if some people didn't just answer him? What if they texted him behind the scenes saying, "Do you want to come with one night? We'll show you and we'll tell you how we feel." Blah blah blah, and him going there not knowing what they're doing, and it's a quadruple
homicide
red rum
there now,
and then he's stuck. Then he's stuck looking like he's the one. But I'm just throwing shit out there, you know.
Yeah. My question would then be, legally, if you showed up to a scene and you didn't know it was a quadruple homicide, wouldn't that put Hunter Johnson in the same boat who was there on the 911 call? If you show up and you have
no doubt.
Right. I mean, they took 8 hours to report it. I mean, there's an argument to be made. That might be reaching and stretching. I'm trying to say there's also an aspect of Bryan Kohberger that I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know if you feel it too, like in a instinctive way. When I look at Bryan, and maybe it's like a dude thing, I don't see a killer. I don't see anything they've described him as. I see him as like a quiet loner, not like the serial killer type. I don't know. I just don't see like anything that they've said.
Right. Yeah. I don't either. Nothing.
And he hasn't talked. So obviously I'm just going off of vibes. Which is not much.
That's the biggest question is not just why did Ann allow him, even fucking allow him to fucking plead guilty?
I mean, you got a guy with autism with dexterity issues and visual snow that has no connections to the victim, that has never committed a murder, never been in the house, pull off a Jason Bourne timeline and leave no DNA, but yet leaves a sheath conveniently placed right next to the victim with just enough touch DNA to be traced back to a Q-tip 2,000 miles away in Pennsylvania. Dude, you would think you're reading a movie script.
Right. I know. This and this whole thing looks like a script. I mean, it looks like a fucking movie script.
I mean, dude, like, and also, how about this? How weird is it that Donald Trump fucking talked about a homicide? I thought that was very odd. That it doesn't matter if it's Trump, if it's Biden, if it's Obama, if it's Bush, if it's a president of a different country. It's not like it. Like, I'm sorry, people might disagree with this, but a quadruple stabbing in a college town by a loner serial killer obsessed weirdo, while yes, that's absolutely tragic, I don't see how the president would tweet about the plea deal of no, nothing. He needs to say why. Like, just the context of it seemed very odd. Didn't it?
Right. It did. Yeah. It was really odd. Very odd.
Oh, Phoenix is in here.
Yeah.
Phoenix?
the new WSU president worked for NASA and the Defense Department. Now, listen to this. Check this out. The new Wazoo president worked for NASA and the Defense Department previously. Why would she even be in that fucking position?
I don't know. I have no idea. I would say, dude, it's like how they launder money through artwork, or if you are a top executive at a pharma company, then you just so happen to get a board seat on the FDA or the CDC. You know, it's like, hey, if you do this for us, we're going to make sure you got a nice, comfy, cozy position with a salary. And I don't know. That's very weird.
Right.
But hey, Tommy, I'm gonna hop off, brother. I'm gonna hit the hay.
Okay.
So thank you for having me up, and thank you to everybody in
All
the
right,
chat.
brother. Yeah. All right. Peace out, man.
Yep,
And hey, have me on your show sometime. Invite me. I'll come on.
Yeah.
Even
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Right
even
now.
on a Friday night, even on my show times or whatever. I'll jump up. Fuck yeah, I'll go up there.
All right, I'll get it scheduled. I got it written down right here.
All right, brother.
Boom.
All right, bro.
Take care, man.
You have a good evening. Have a good evening. Yep. All right, good having Birdie on, man. Guy is a sharp cookie, no doubt about it. But I just got sent something here, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys this shit. All right. You need to see this. You need to see this. Okay, so here is the new Wazoo. Okay, the new Wazoo president. Okay, check this shit out, people. This is her. This is her. President Elizabeth Cantwell. On February 6th of 2025, the Washington State University Board of Regents met in a special session to announce the selection of Dr. Elizabeth Betsy Cantwell as the university's 12th president. She is the first woman to hold the position in the university's 135-year history. Cantwell came to Washington State from Utah State University, where she successfully led a $1.3 billion annual operating budget spanning across the state of Utah and a 30-campus system. As president, she has significant achievements, including a record-breaking $495 million in sponsored research expenditures, a 10% increase in student scholarship funding, and the expansion of physical infrastructure with the groundbreaking of new education buildings and facilities, not to mention strengthened academic partnerships with industry leaders and a reorganization of academic enterprise. Beyond her academic accomplishments, Cantwell demonstrates strong leadership in intercollegiate athletics, successfully navigating complex landscape of modern college sports, blah, blah, blah. But I want to get to where she's been, and let's take a look at this. Cantwell's career also includes extensive service to U.S. national security. She held leadership roles at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, at Oak Ridge, and Los Alamos National Laboratories. Her work advanced critical missions in energy, defense, and space exploration, collaborating with key federal agencies such as the Department of Energy, the Department of Defense, and the National Nuclear Security Administration. Why is she a president of these universities. What is going on in the United States? Tell me that isn't just a little fucking whacked. Anyway, that's what I got for you tonight. It's been a crazy night all the way around. I can tell you that. The computer now is acting fine. So it's like crazy, crazy shit. And I'm sorry for the whole first half of that show. I apologize. Just been one of those days. That's all I can say. I do have a couple treats, so stick around. Stick around until the end, because you're not going to regret it. I can tell you that right now. Okay, should I start with this one or that one? This one or that one? Okay. The first one I'm going to show you is a song that we all know, okay? But this is done way, way different. And it is done very well. I'm loving this band. And if you guys love music, you're going to love this band. And I showed a song the other night with him. And this band rocks. But you're going to recognize the first song after a while. You're not going to recognize it right away because it's done very differently. And then the second song is Wah, Wah. That's all I can say. These people rock. To my subs, you in my heart. My mods are my soul. And my producer is my rock. And until next time, rock and roll. Oh, yeah, I cut myself last night with a knife. Have a great weekend, everybody. I love you all.
My baby's back, she's dressed in black. White silver buttons all down her back. Or high-low, tipsy toe. She broke a needle now and she can't sew. Walking a dog, walking a dog. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk that dog. Why ask a fella for 15 cents? You see that fella, he just to jump that fence. Why so high that he touched the sky? Didn't come back till the 4th of July. Walking a dog, walking a dog. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk that dog. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Just tell me, how does your garden grow? Why silver bells, you got cockle shells. Pretty maids all in a row, walking the tower. Walking the tower. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk that tower. I'm just walking. I'm just walking. I'm just walking. I'm just walking. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk that dog. Can't help it by the shape I'm in. I can't sing, I ain't pretty, and my legs are thin. But don't ask me what I think of you. I might have not give the answer that you want me to. Now when I talk to God, I knew he'd understand. Said to stick behind me, I'll be your guiding hand. Don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to.